Hey guys, so today I'm going to cover the game Oshi Push, the Phase Origins version or set by Japan Anime Games. Oshi Push is a VTuber TCG. Yes, you heard that correctly. It is a VTuber trading card game, much like Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh!, One Piece, the list goes on. In fact, I did a previous review of the game Grand Archive, another newer TCG, not as new as this one here, but a fairly new one. And so I guess I'm on the TCG kick as of late. But basically in this game, it plays a bit like Marvel Snap, for those of you who played the app games, and it plays like Smash Up for those of you who are modern board gamers. You will start off with a draw deck of cards. I believe it's 40 cards. You'll have a persona, which is kind of like your commander in Magic the Gathering. And then you're going to have a platform deck, which is basically a location in Smash Up or in Marvel Snap. These are the places you'll be trying to earn your fans on, and basically, if you get 1 million, you will win. The game has some fairly basic, easy steps that we'll cover in a later video. I'll cover exactly like how to play in my next video. But for this video specifically, I want to talk about like what types of cards you can get in a booster pack, what you will be getting in these set boxes, and then we'll cover like a basic idea of each of the different unique type of cards. And then following that, we will do a separate video talking about how to play, how to set the game up, and my review, which will cover kind of all the basics you'll need to understand the game, which maybe will be tomorrow, aka the day after the day I post this video. So let's go ahead and get into it. So let's go ahead and start with these starter decks here. These are your basic starter decks where you pick one up, somebody else picks one up, and you play together, right? This one is Tenma Miami. And then over here is Pipkin Pippa. These are starter sets, which means you're going to get a 40 card deck. You're going to get a persona, and then you're also going to get 5 platform cards. In your deck, you're mainly going to be getting commons and uncommons. And the way they define commons and uncommons is by the words pawn in the bottom left and supa in the bottom left. The other cards you'll be getting are kind of like holographic cards, and they are going to say the word starter in the bottom left. And you will take basically this deck here, placed on your draw area. The persona card will go next to you, and your set of 5 of your platforms will be put here in the platform deck. It's going to also come with this board here, this kind of like, before you actually get like a nice neoprene playmat or whatever, you'll have this to use the game. And then finally, you're going to be getting these Oshi. These are basically like your currency in the game, like mana or however you would spend currency in a card game. This is how you'll be doing it for this one. You'll take these and place them when you gain them, and then you will spend them to play cards from your hand, like content and action cards. And the last thing you'll get actually is a first player marker. And that'll be everything you need for playing the game. I believe in the debut Gen 1 of these, you'll get 2 unique persona cards for the other different Japanese VTubers from the set. So they will look something like this, and it'll say promo on the bottom left. So 2 promos for each of them. And that's pretty much all you need to play the game. Realistically, it's 46 cards in order for you to fully play, as well as some way to keep track of the counters and whatnot. These things are put together, pre-made decks. They feel, without going into too much detail about the game, very, very, very balanced. And the game feels very similar to like Smash Up and whatnot. And so picking these up, don't expect to get a whole lot of rares or anything like that. You're basically getting commons and uncommons, some starter cards, and then your occasional promos. Now the box. I was also sent a box from Japan Anime Games, and I've got footage here which we'll talk and show you the box as I kind of discuss it. But basically each box is gonna have, I believe, 22 packs. And in each of the packs you're gonna get 11 cards. I believe 10 of them are going to be actual cards, and the 11th card is going to be an Oshi Push, kind of like Magic the Gathering's type of ad card that will talk about the game and where you can get the sleeves and how you can learn how to play the game. The boxes packs are arranged so that the first 5 cards are all common, and those are referred to as pawn. And the next 3 cards, up to totaling 8, is going to be the Super. Those are the uncommons. Your last 2 slots are your rare slots. That's an AO. AO means rare, basically. And that is likely to be in not only your 9th slot, but also your 10th. But there are opportunities that you will not actually get an AO in the 10th slot. So it won't be rare. So normally it'd be 5 commons, 3 uncommons, and then 2 rares. And the rares are usually going to be holographic as well. The last slot, however, can be a potential of different things. There's an LB that is like a super rare, and that's like your strongest, most like powerful cards in the game. And then there's a separate category of rares altogether, which are called parallel cards. So the normal ones are common, uncommon, rare, and super rare, whereas the parallel cards are kind of like your alternate art personas and upgrades, and they're categorized into two different types of sets, even though they're basically the same rarity. You have your borderless upgrades, similar to the Magic the Gathering's borderless cards. You have a signature persona, signature upgrades, serialized persona, and your serialized upgrade. Realistically, all of those are kind of in the same category, but I'm gonna guess that the signature cards are probably the most valuable, and they're all based on the cards available for you to kind of utilize. Like there's always going to be the signature persona, and then you have the upgrades, and they're in the same category, but they're kind of separated by the different types of rarity. I don't know what the unique rarity system is, like how much the odds are for you to get a serialized compared to like an alt art persona. Not super sure, but I can tell you that from my box, I was able to open up 4 unique types of rarities, or 3, that were not just the LB. So I was able to pull a KIRS. I was able to pull 2 or 3 of the light blue supas, which are like I call them like mythic rarities. And I was able to pick up a mid and a KIR, which are an alt art persona and an alt art upgrade. And these cards are not necessarily stronger or better than the main category of rarity. They're just different art. So probably if the game does see a lot of play, those cards will go up in price, but not in power, because you can get the same cards that are the non-alternate arts. They'll be much cheaper and still the exact same card. And so for any of you guys who have played TCGs before, you'll know the system and how this works. I would say this is more on the one pieces style of rarity than it would be on the Magic the Gathering side. So the LBs and the rares, the AOs, are pretty much the strongest cards in the game and not the most expensive, whereas all the other ones, the fancy ones, those are the most expensive ones. So that is basically how it works. 2 slots, but the last slot has the potential to be literally anything. And in each box, you're probably gonna run into about 3 to 5, maybe 3 to 6 unique different rarities. So hopefully that helps to some extent. And there you go. There's the odds for your boxes as best as I could give you. I couldn't find any odds examining like, that probably is a thing they'll have to add at some point in the future. It just says contains 24 packs. Each pack has 11 random cards. Obviously one of them is a ad. Out of 223, and then there's 167 types plus 56 types of parallel. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the odds would be. I think odds is very important. But anyway, I hope that gives you a little bit of an idea of what you would get when you buy the boxes and when you buy the starter sets, and hopefully a lot of B-roll to show you what my set looked like. It felt like my box was pretty damn good, and I was able to make a full deck utilizing my box here. There are some cards I'm missing that I'd like to get, but hopefully my deck does well when I talk about my review. Thank you guys for watching a short video talking about Oshi Push. If you're interested in this, you can go ahead and check out the link down below in the description where you can pick up your starter decks, you can pick up your boxes, and make your own VTuber deck. Now, I don't want to review the game as of yet. I've only played it twice, and I do know how it's played now. I can tell you that it's smash up meets snap, but I want to give it a full go and explain how deck construction works and whether I liked the deck construction since I have enough to work with, whereas in the game, Grand Archive, wherever you went Grand Archive, I basically just had starter decks to play with, and so I couldn't tell you about how setting the decks up and making them feels, but this I do, so I kind of want to, and I want to talk about the products that you can pick up from them, from Japan Anime Games, and what's worth grabbing. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. I will hit the subscribe button and all those other buttons. I am not feeling super well today, so I'm gonna call it quits, and I really do appreciate you guys taking a look, and if you did appreciate this video, hit the sub. If not, and you're looking for a playthrough, see me tomorrow when I'm feeling hopefully better, and I'll have a full smorgasbord for you. All right, talk to you guys later.